of a loose race car on the bottom. You flat out fly around this racetrack, Kevin.
Yeah, I would rather be up on the top of the racetrack when I get into these long rhythm runs. I've always felt like on the bottom of the racetrack it was harder to get into a rhythm. So that top racetrack, once I got into a rhythm, it was able to be more repeatable.
Here's that move I talked about with Ty Gibbs. It's like, out of my way, I am coming through.
Did you hear how fast he got back to the throttle? Not a lot of throttle off time.
Well, you got to go. And we talked about this earlier with Kyle Larson being aggressive in traffic, and sometimes it gets him in trouble, but most of the times it is his advantage. And you see that there with Ty Gibbs being aggressive, getting through that lap traffic. He's got two guys right behind him, and if you wait, it checks you up to the point where you might lose a couple spots. There's three cars that he's battling with right behind him.
Denny Hamlin's picked pace up. 1584 out of him, 16-0, your leader in Larson. Denny's moved up to the top of the racetrack, right on the wall in 3 and 4. Laying some pretty good lap times down. Maybe he could run him down. There's another one a little bit better than Larson, your leader.
Well, Ricky Stenhouse just went a lap down.
He said his brakes were really getting hot before he came in. Denny hasn't said much. Just earlier, lost overall grip, so they'll be happy to get these tires here.
Kyle Larson on pit road and William Byron. Jamie?
Yeah, Kyle Larson peels off. He comes down pit roads. They count him down. He's been happy today. Every time they ask him what he needs, it's just not much. He's been happy with it. Obviously, he's dominated 350 laps, but he gives up that lead as they work the left side here.
Carson Hocevar picks up the lead. There's Chase Briscoe in, and Ross Chastain from 4th place.
Very nerve-wracking up on that Kyle Larson team right now. This is the only thing that can knock us out of this thing. Be careful here, make no mistakes, and make sure that caution doesn't come out.
Regan.
And you see Carson Hocevar on the right side of the screen as they had trouble with the left rear. This is going to be devastating for them. The car had been a little bit too tight in a long pit stop here.
What happened?
Off the jack. That's a costly error and a great race car.
Well, that's what it comes down to. You have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's on a week-to-week basis and on the money stop right here. But I think a lot of these guys are pitting right now because it's 4 to 5 tenths of a second a lap. And if you hang out like William Byron did last week and you lose the lead and you lose that track position, you just get behind.
Chase Elliott in along with both the Childress full-time cars. Dylan and Kyle Busch. Little long stop on the left side. For Busch, Josh Berry is in. Justin Haley coming to pit road.
Well, you see the difference there, about a half a track advantage to your leader as we see it right now, Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, and as we look at that last pit stop right there, I mean, we see some really fast laps from some of those guys coming out of the pits. Chase Briscoe ran his fastest lap. Ty Gibbs ran his fastest lap. So this racetrack has some speed in it. And those new tires do have a speed advantage right out of the gate.
So Larson comes back on track in 7th, Hamlin in 8th. If the caution flew right now, there would be 3 cars on the lead lap. Blaney, Reddick, and Wallace. Kozlowski just went a lap down, along with his teammate Ryan Preece. Stenhouse, then Larson and Hamlin.
That's what you're hoping for, right? If you're staying out now, you're at a deficit on lap times, you're praying for a caution, Larry.
That's the only thing they can do now. And you've kind of made your bed. You need to run it long now.
So Larson, after leading 350 of now 398 laps, trying to work back from 7th place back on the lead lap and to the lead once again.
Yeah, you see Kyle Larson going by Jesse Love right there. He's 6 laps down, making his Cup Series debut today. So welcome to Bristol and Cup racing, Clint.
Yeah, and a long green flag runs, right? This race could have drastically been different. I don't want to knock him for being 6 laps down here.
No, not at all.
Extremely challenging racetrack under very difficult circumstances of long green flag runs and lap traffic and everything else. A lot of learning.
I've kept an eye on him, Clint, and he's been very respectful of lead lap cars, getting either up and out of the way or down and out of the way, depending on what line the car is trying to lap before running.
Which also slows you down a little bit, right? So maybe 1 or 2 of those laps probably aren't necessarily slip up, and one slip up could be this car in front of you, leader Larson. Eric Jones has bounced off the wall at least 12 times, and he's right in front of him. Larson, probably a good move to be on the bottom there.
Well, you see Sorry, Mike. You see the back of that car, of Larson's car, kind of slip off the bottom right there off of turn 2. We saw it the lap before off of turn 4. So
did it again right there.
I agree. Actually, clear running the bottom behind.
But right now, his job is to put as many cars in between him and Denny Hamlin. So right now he's got about 4 cars, almost 4 cars.
You know, as soon as he went to the bottom, though, now the 2 car got right back around him.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like when you're running that top line and then you get to lap traffic and everybody's in the top line, then it just takes you a while. You have to inch by those guys running the top line just a foot at a time, and it takes multiple corners to make that pass.
Larson coming up on Joey Logano again. Logano's going to go 4 laps down. He's had a tough weekend. Got into the wall in qualifying, started 38. Made a lot of gains, but been a rough day for the defending series champ. Larry, 17 to go.
Mike, I threw that damn piece of paper away 100 laps ago in the trash. But the trend of 2025, 8 races, we've had 3 overtime finishes. Remember that late race caution at Darlington last week?
Yeah, I don't think today's one of those days, Larry.
Hasn't been one of the last 16. But I like where your head's at.